All right, everybody. Happy Sunday. Made some progress over the weekend here. We've got the 349 is dropped in. Our QuickTime bell housing. Got the headers installed this morning. So getting everything squared away. Got the starter installed. I've got to shorten up my I got to shorten up the water temp sensor and the oil pressure. Got the distributor dropped in. The DuraSpark is a little different. The very bottom tail shaft that catches the oil pump drive in the bottom is shorter than on a TFI distributor. So you kind of have to, it catches the cam gear and the distributor drive at the same time. So that distributor drive has to be in the right spot, or this thing will not drop all the way in. So I had to fiddle with that a little bit. I actually had to look online at some of the classic Ford forums, go to the older Mustangs that run this type of distributor. And that was a change they made with the TFI, was the bottom of the tail shaft was a little bit longer, so you can catch the oil pump drive before the gear catches on the cam. So that much is different. But anyway, got the headers on this morning. We dropped the engine in yesterday morning. The engine and trans is one unit, so we had that thing tilted way up. So all that's done. All this is buttoned up down here. Drive shaft is in. I just got to put the exhaust on. That's why I've got it still jacked up here, but I'm making sure we don't have any leaks or anything, so I'm going to let this sit and keep this jacked up. But I'll have to just hook the shifter back up and put the console back in. Otherwise, there's nothing really to do in there. So we'll have to, I think, getting this linkage set up correctly. I'm going to wait. My son's going to come over and help me, where he can work the gas pedal and make sure we got full throttle. Not having much luck trying to adjust this by myself. And then, of course, these are just extra return springs. So I can drop the radiator in. Got one wire for the alternator, and that's done. So we're really coming down home stretch. I did prime the engine with the drive shaft, or excuse me, sorry guys. I primed the engine with the drill when it was still out on the ground, and we got solid oil to every single lifter. So that is all looking good. I'll just transfer over my plug wires and I got a set of NGK plugs to put in here. So really only a few things left, and we'll be good to go. But my son's going to come over and help me with the first fire up, so we can check for leaks and everything like that. Since these are all new cables and everything, so we'll have to make sure we check for leaks on the fuel log and the pressure send and return. Set the fuel pressure here on our gauge. So just the odds and ends, and then we'll have to go break it in a little bit and go from there. But the only thing, I haven't posted a video in a while because we had to mill this intake manifold 3 times to get the ports to line up. So the machinist didn't want to take too much, so he was kind of sneaking up on it. So I understand that, but it took a lot longer than that, one cut when we should have been done. So it was, one cut, we're still too high. Come back for another cut, still too high. And each one of those times took like a week, so that's why I haven't had a video in a few weeks. We've just been working on getting this intake manifold to line up. So anyway, we got that done. It's just about perfect. And we got the ports lined up, but it did take 3 cuts. We had to take quite a bit off of it. And you can see this is pretty thin here. We almost had to get almost got into the water port, so I didn't want to take any more than that. That final cut was right on the edge. As you can see, we don't have a lot of squish right there. Maybe about 30 thousandths, but it's not leaking, and at least for now. But anyway, that's what we'll be firing this thing up soon. So I think I'm done messing with it for today, but I might hang the exhaust tonight. I don't know. I'm not sure. But anyway, coming down home stretch and firing up the new the 349 with the Holley 750 double pumper. This one was custom made with annular discharge nozzles set up for drag racing. It doesn't have power valves in it. It has power valve block-offs and 80 jets in the front and the back to start. The guy makes custom carburetors. You know, you had to fill out a form just like if you're ordering a custom cam. So he built the carburetor to those specs of transmission, gear, what kind of horsepower, you know, or compression, what size cam you got, all that kind of stuff. So it should be pretty close. But I did buy some extra. I do have an extra jet pack. I've got 70s to 79s going down. So we'll see if we need anything else. We got those. And I think he said the squirters here were 31s. I'm pretty sure he said they're 31s, but we can adjust those if we have to. And of course, it's got the air bleeds and everything on the top. We can mess with those if we have to. But we're almost ready, guys. Almost ready. I think I'm just gonna have to. I'm not sure if this stud is in the right spot on a Ford. If anybody has a carbureted Fox body, where you're running your throttle cable stud. I thought this looked to be about the right one, but I'm not sure as far as the ratio to get to wide open throttle. So there we go, guys. I'll probably I'll probably do the radiator next, and then the plugs and plug wires. We'll have to program. This ignition box needs to be programmed also, so when my son will come over, we can do that, because he can turn the key, I can change the setting, he can turn it off, I can turn the, we got to go through, it's about like 10 different settings on that ignition box. Most of them should be in good shape because I've ran it before, so it's like, it's already set up for an 8-cylinder, already set up for, a lot of the settings are already set up, so, but we'll still got to go through it to double check everything. And again, it's key on, change your setting, key off. Key on, change a setting, key off. You got to go through the whole thing, so it'll be easier when he's here. And then again, prime the fuel system, check for leaks. I've got an fire extinguisher handy if we have any type of issue like that. But nonetheless, guys, we'll probably have it fired up next weekend, or earlier in the week if my son comes over. The yellow wire is my tack wire, so once we get the car running, I can see what wire it needs to go to over here, and that'll be ready to go. So that's everything I got, guys. Hope everybody's doing well. Had a great weekend, and we'll get back at you when we're ready to fire this thing off. Thanks, everybody. Hope you had a great day.